The other way to get it is to make it so much fun and so intriguing that people say, you know what, I got to see this. And I think that's what Alexander Usyk just did.
Welcome into Boxing Scene's top stories. You're on ProBox TV. Download the ProBox TV app. Never fall behind in your boxing news. Well, it's a much anticipated rematch between Alexander Usyk and Tyson Fury going down December 21st at the press conference. Usyk coming in dressed like Hitman, from the video game, suit on, head shaven, carrying a briefcase. In that briefcase, a photo of him punching Tyson Fury that Tyson Fury then signed. A little gamesmanship going on, a little fun before the fight. Jimmy Smith in studio alongside, of course, the champs, Chris Algieri, Showtime, Sean Porter joining us via Zoom. Chris, let me start with you. How do you like this back and forth at the press conference, having a little fun, a little surprising from Usyk? What do you think of it?
I don't know so much if it's surprising from Usyk, but I do like the pageantry. I mean, these guys are both characters, and I think Usyk, more and more that we've seen him, he's good at this, man. He really got into Anthony Joshua's head. I remember him going to Anthony, and it's fun. It's fun. This was pretty clever coming in as a hitman with the leather gloves, the red tie, the briefcase, and then what's in the briefcase is a picture of him cracking Tyson Fury, and he makes him sign it. I love it. I also love the fact that Fury went along with it because he's normally the guy who plays the head games, is very, very good at this. He's an excellent marketer. So I like this kind of stuff back and forth because both of these guys are larger-than-life personas and characters. Not to mention that we know when it comes fight time, these guys are going to fight. I don't care how nice they are in these kind of situations. They're going to fight, and they're going to go for it. So I'm very, very much looking forward to this fight. I was afraid it wasn't going to happen this year, but now that we actually have the press conference, it looks like we are all ready to rock. So,
Showtime. One of my unpopular opinions is seems like weigh-in stuff, press conference stuff is for the fans, not necessarily the fighters. Guys at this level with their experience, it's hard to get inside their heads. It just is. They're professionals through and through. What's your thought on something like this for the fans, not necessarily for the opposing fighters?
Listen, I'm happy to see Tyson Fury get another yin to his yang. I thought that the only yang to his yin, for the sake of words, was Deontay Wilder. I didn't feel like there was anyone else that could stand up to him both inside and outside of the ring. The way we saw him and Deontay Wilder do their back and forths and things of that nature was great to see. It was great for TV, great for the audience. And to see that again with Alexander Usyk, and Chris is right, not surprising but refreshing to see somebody go at Tyson Fury the way that Alexander Usyk decided to go at him with his Hitman moniker. Was awesome to see, and I think you're right. It's good for the fanfare. It's good for fans to see that kind of interaction. You get two things. To me, there's only two ways to sell a fight to the mass public. Most of them want to see us have this unbelievable animosity. You usually don't get that. So that's one way to get it. The other way to get it is to make it so much fun and so intriguing that people say, you know what, I got to see this. And I think that's what Alexander Usyk just did. He gave people a reason to really want to see this rematch. Beyond what we saw in the first fight, we saw a first electric, unbelievable fight. Went back and forth in a lot of ways. We saw Usyk drop Tyson Fury, for the sake of words, and the fight ultimately ended up being what it was. When we get this rematch and we get now this character, for the sake of words, outside of the ring going at Tyson Fury, something we haven't seen since Deontay Wilder. It has added to the fuel of this fight, and I feel like anyone who wasn't sold on the rematch before, you're sold on it now. I applaud Alexander Usyk for his display of showmanship and again going at Tyson Fury in ways that virtually no one else has been able to.
Well, Boxing Scene has a story now that quotes Tyson Fury saying the first fight was easier than he thought it would be, that Usyk was more hittable than he thought he would be, and that made him a little bit complacent, which let Usyk back into the fight. First off, Chris, I have to ask you, do you think he believes that, or do you think it's a little bit of gamesmanship on the part of Tyson Fury?
Can't be in Tyson Fury's head, and even if I was, I probably wouldn't know what was going on. That man is crazy like a fox.
You'd be very confused.
Yeah,
yes.
I'd be very confused. But regardless of that, I actually, I saw what he's saying.
Yes.
I saw it in the fight. I was watching this fight. I don't know what round it was like 6 or 7, and I'm like, man, Tyson, he's just too big. He's making this look easy. I can't believe how fluid he looks in there. I can't believe the size difference. He started landing these uppercuts. He's boxing from the outside. He's moving beautifully for a big man. And it did. He made it look like it was easy. So whether he believes it or not now after getting cracked and then eventually losing, it certainly looked that way for parts of that fight. And if he can carry that kind of confidence into fight night and be like, hey, listen, the mystery's gone. I know what this guy is about. I know that I can beat him for at least stretches of a fight. I just got to beat him for enough that I get the decision. So, yeah, whether he believes it or not, I saw that to be true. And he could just be pumping himself up. It could be gamesmanship, or it could be the truth. But really, ultimately, it doesn't matter. Whatever happens on fight night is what matters, what you bring to the ring. And Sean, I'm sure you can attest to this as well. You can have any kind of mindset you want weeks and months and out, but the only thing that matters is where your mindset's at on fight night.
Yeah, Showtime, speak to that if you can. Do you expect tactically a similar kind of fight? Do you expect a different game plan from both guys?
I expect, that's a great question. Tyson Fury, the rematch with Deontay Wilder. I hate to go back to it, but this is now, his second rematch in his career. And we saw him fight completely different in the rematch than he did in the first fight. We know, and I think that most of us should have known prior to that rematch with Deontay Wilder, that there's so much substance to a Tyson Fury that he can come to the ring completely different in a second fight. Do I expect him to come to the ring different against Alexander Usyk? I say no. And the reason why I say no is because what he was doing was working so well. You don't change what's working. Then again, it was working so well against Deontay Wilder. There's no telling what Tyson Fury we get in this rematch. I think we get the same Tyson Fury because it was working and it was what was needed. He can't just impose his will on Alexander Usyk the way that he did with Deontay Wilder. Reason being, Alexander Usyk has the mobility that Deontay Wilder didn't have. So I don't think they're going to come into the ring trying to just knock out and impose their will on Alexander Usyk, making this fight completely different the way that they did against Deontay Wilder. I think that there's definitely a lot of components that Alexander Usyk brings to the ring that makes that virtually impossible. I think Tyson's gonna come to the ring the same. Going back to his statement about the fight being so easy that he got complacent. I don't think it was that the fight was so easy. I think that's the I'm getting in your head part. But he was having his way. And a lot of times when we're having our way and round after round is going the way we expect it to go, sometimes we may fall asleep. If anything, it seems like he fell asleep against Alexander Usyk when he got hit. I don't expect him to fall asleep again, but I do expect him to be that sharpshooter from the outside that he was against Alexander Usyk, and I think we're going to get a trilogy here.
What's your thought on the other side of the coin, Chris? When you look at Alexander Usyk, yes, he won, but as Showtime pointed out, and you pointed out, he had to come back late. It was not early. The early going was not very easy for Usyk. Do you expect a faster start from him? Do you expect a different Alexander Usyk than the one we saw against Fury last time out?
I don't know.
No.
And I'm going to be honest, and it's okay to say I don't know, because we're dealing with these two characters, and they're both characters, and they're both phenomenal athletes and fantastic champions. But I will tell you what I do know and what I did see. You said at the top, press conferences are normally for the fans, right? Well, I don't know. I'm a body language guy. I saw some body language from Usyk that showed supreme confidence. The way that he walked over, granted he's in his attire, his costume, or close to Halloween. He's in his assassin's costume. But if you watch that, as he brings over that photo for Tyson to sign, look at where he's standing. Look at how he's standing. His body language is that standing over him, making sure he does it very, very close. Too close, uncomfortably close. That, to me, shows strength. Usyk is extremely confident. Not that he wasn't before, but now it's extra. And the fact that he's able to do this with Tyson Fury, obviously Tyson is this giant man. He's got him sitting down, signing a photo of him punching him in the face. That portrays strength to me. So regardless of how this fight's going to go in terms of what's going to happen in the ring, I can't make a accurate assessment of what's going to happen there or an estimation. But I can tell you, I saw a lot of strength portrayed by Usyk at that press conference.
Regardless of the press conference, it's all about the fight December 21st, and we expect a great one, just like we expect a great one November 1st, right here on ProBox TV from Ireland.
November 1st, ProBox TV makes its European debut in collaboration with Conlan Boxing. This stacked card starts with hometown fighter Padraig the Hammer McCrory returning to the ring to take on the hard-hitting Colombian Leonard Carrillo. And in the co-main, the UK's Robbie Davies Jr. clashes with former two-weight world champ Javier Fortuna of the Dominican Republic. Live from the SSE Arena in Belfast, Northern Ireland.
For more ProBox TV, scan the QR code on the screen or go to the App Store and Google Play. ProBox TV, your boxing channel.